Okay, folks, guess who? It's your buddy Mike Messier, and hopefully we have a nice reception here. Very exciting. I thought it was a very good SummerSlam. I don't know if it's the greatest SummerSlam of all time. I'd probably put that laurel on 2002 with the Shawn Michaels Triple H match, Rock versus Brock. But guess what? Here we had it, folks. What can you say? Brock Lesnar. This spoilers, I guess. If you didn't watch SummerSlam, I can understand why. WWE's been wearing on some people, but they did have a really good SummerSlam tonight. Spoilers, you probably heard it already, even if you didn't watch the show. Becky Lynch returns. Brock Lesnar returns. So you had two big surprises. I was in some type of, I think the Hameen Media poll was asking a bonus question. Would there be any surprises and how many? And I guessed one. Just you didn't have to say who would be the surprise, but I guess one surprise, and we had two. I mean, you got to consider that surprises. Now, of course, these weren't people that were how do you say, they weren't out of the family of WWE at any given time. They were on the sidelines, but I think Brock's been gone for over a year. Am I not mistaken? So there you have it, folks. But my thoughts and analysis, I'm sure you have your thoughts, and you're welcome to chime in. I thought overall you had a good show tonight. Damn it, the audio. Uh, uh, Probably just had shitty audio for 10 minutes. But overall, I thought we had a good time tonight. I thought SummerSlam was good tonight. Everybody had a nice time. Uh, some of the matches, the Damian Priest winning the U.S. title, he was a little choppy in his performance, but I think that's just his style. The Becky Lynch thing, I think people will be debating. Yes, it's good to see Becky, but kind of a cheap way out for them to just give her the 2 minute or less than 2 minute, 30-second pinfall victory. Kind of unfair. I'm upset that the audio was not good for a few moments. There's this thing going on here that I know with the audio. But yeah, I mean, look, it was a good SummerSlam. SummerSlam's an interesting position on the calendar of WWE. It's after WrestleMania, but you still have a lot of year to go. You still have Survivor Series in November, and you still want to have people enjoy the show. So I think it was about as good a show as they could have done. Whatever's happening with Sasha, hopefully she's okay. Um, but she could not wrestle tonight. They did kind of pull a last minute thing on that. If you're a hardcore Sasha Banks fan or a hardcore Bianca Belair fan, which there are a lot of fans like that who love those ladies, and I can see why, but you'd probably be pissed off, even if you like Becky too, because you didn't get a whole lot of Becky either. I think earlier someone in the prior podcast here said that Becky looked great. She looked better before. I think that was Eric was saying that, or Adam. And yeah, she did look great, Becky Lynch. But wrestling wise, her attack on Carmella was kind of weak, to be honest. She wasn't very quick or very authoritative in that attack. And the thing with Bianca Belair was kind of weak. Like I said, we did have bad audio earlier. Sorry about that. Um, what else can we say about this thing? What time is it now? It's past midnight. So you had like a 4 hour show. You had a good amount of time. Um, the Mysterios thing was interesting. The Usos retain the titles. I was kind of going for the Mysterios, thinking the Usos would be punished. Surprisingly, Charlotte to me wins the women's title, the other women's title. So that's interesting. Now you have Charlotte as Raw Women's Champion and Becky as SmackDown's Women's Champion. So we go right back to the basics, don't we? We go right back to the basics where we got started, Becky and Charlotte. And what's Bayley and Sasha going to do? Hopefully Sasha gets well if she's sick, or whatever's happening with Sasha, and we hope she's fine, doing well and so forth. Other things that happened on the show, Goldberg, Lashley, interesting. They did not have Goldberg submit. I was watching that match and I was thinking, did Bill Goldberg ever quit in a match? Did he ever submit? And I don't think he has. Um, so it was an interesting thing, a stoppage, so to speak, for Lashley. Once again, though, Lashley is the Bruno Belt champion. He's the lineage champion, and he feels like the stepson of the whole WWE universe, so to speak. I mean, because now he put all this emphasis on Brock with that crazy, weird hairstyle, and I don't think we've. I think it was WrestleMania of 2020 the last time you saw Brock. Who else gets bumped down the ladder? Drew McIntyre gets bumped down the ladder a bit if Brock's back, which he is. Brock, Drew McIntyre getting a victory over Jinder kind of keeps Drew in your main event picture. So, I mean, but we've seen Bobby Lashley beat Drew. So, what could you do now with those guys? Where's Raw is still kind of a mess. What I'm coming away with this now that I'm dividing the matches by the two shows, it feels like Raw is still all over the fucking place with little direction, and SmackDown has a focus, which is, um, you know, babyface Brock challenging heel Roman. Cena, he looked. Cena did well performance-wise, but he did look like an older guy. The summer of Cena, so to speak. Nobody gives a shit now because now it's back to Brock. The funny thing is, Brock Lesnar's lost all the time. He's lost to different guys, and he still is considered like this unbeatable dude. So I don't know what to say about that. I mean, he's lost. Brock Lesnar has lost to Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania a couple of years ago. He's lost to this one. He's lost to that one. And he lost to Drew, yet we always get all excited for Brock. Pavlovian dogs. I thought it was a good SummerSlam, though. I'm trying to be nice. I mean, all the people that criticize me, Johnny Z, always upset that I'm not giving WWE another chance. I gave him another chance. Okay, I went to see the goddamn show. I paid good money to see it. I supported all the things they support. Yes, I went and I put money in the pocket of Junior. Okay, so and I did that for you. I sacrificed my integrity for the WWE universe. Queen Hyleen, hardcore WWE fan, and I make the sacrifice to provide this analysis. I think it was a good SummerSlam. I'm not going to fuck around. If I thought it was a shit show, I'd tell you it was a shit show. But I thought the talent came through. The booking was fairly good. I can't remember any shit dog disqualifications. No Lex Luger getting a count out victory over Yokozuna tonight. Um, the matches, I think, all pretty much delivered for what we thought they would deliver. I can't think of anything that was. I mean, basically all you can say about the disappointment was Sasha Banks was not able to wrestle. That was your disappointment, and I don't necessarily blame Sasha. I don't blame anybody. I think it's probably a thing beyond our control, and hopefully Sasha will be fine. So the WWE did what the best thing they can do, which is a make good. And they made good, and without fanfare or advance notice, you got Becky Lynch back in the mix. The post baby mama, the Mr. Mom, so to speak, Becky Lynch, the man, the mom, the man, the man, the mom, the champion. Okay, put that on a fucking t-shirt. Becky Lynch. So now she's the man, the mom, the champion, and Becky fucking Lynch. So we'll have to wait for another goddamn month because I'm sure that Becky Lynch is not going to wrestle on fucking Raw. She's going to hype up a Bianca Belair rematch, and it'll be all this storyline shit. You caught me off guard. I wasn't surprised. I was preparing for my big match with Sasha Banks, and that was what was in my mind. And then I can't believe it. Here we go. Becky Lynch is here instead. So OMG, I didn't want to let the fans down, but I had my guard down and I lost the title. So obviously that'll be the storyline. Becky Lynch has her excuse. I'm sorry, Bianca Belair has her excuse why she lost to Becky Lynch. And there you go. Now you can see, folks, by the fucking way, I always tell you that Vince McMahon is a sexist And the fact that you had Becky Lynch and Brock Lesnar coming back tonight, and Becky's kind of like the halftime thing, kind of like Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 3, wrestles at right before intermission, and here Becky wrestles right at the halfway point of the show, and they saved the Brock return for last. Now, once again, Brock Lesnar's lost to Seth Rollins. He's lost to Drew McIntyre. He's lost to this one, that one, the other one. Yet they always manage to just, Pavlovian dog you into getting off on Brock Lesnar. I'm not a big Brock fan. You can watch my fucking video. I beat Brock Lesnar to understand why. Yes, that's right. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel with the video. I beat Brock Lesnar. Once a fucking again, though, good show. I'm not complaining. I think they did their nice show. It was a good wrestling show or sports entertainment meet puppet circus show if you prefer. I thought it was a nice time. If you have comments, you can write the comments and I should be able to see them. I think a lot of people are just excited. What was the other tag team title match? Omos and Orton and AJ and Riddle Oh My. So tag team title change started off the show. I think that, once again, Junior McMahon likes to make people go home happy for his big four pay-per-views. In this one, the heel Roman won, so the summer of Cena comes to a crashing inconclusive halt. But you get Big Dumb Brock coming back with his new ponytail look, like his kind of, sheep herder look or whatever the fuck. I thought it was a good show. I'm not going to lie to you. If I thought it sucked, I'd tell you it sucked, but I thought it was good. It's a big wrestle fucking weekend. I guess there's still more to come. If you're an NXT fan, fuck. I mean, now you got to watch NXT on Sunday night. So they flipped the switch. They put the main roster pay per view first, the second night second, the NXT night second. Any thoughts on that? What do I think? I think it's fine. Flip the switch, see what happens. I mean, I think in years past, people get so revved up about the NXT pay per views, and you get all these comments. Oh, the main roster pay per view was not as good as the NXT pay per view. Well, now we don't have that problem because now the main roster blew their fucking load all over your face, and you're gonna have fucking NXT tomorrow night to blow a secondary load. So we'll see what the fuck happens. It's all very exciting. Once a fucking again, Becky Lynch is your big comeback queen. Brock Lesnar is your comeback king. Cena falls short. The Mysterios fall short. Orton and Riddle capture the tag belts. I wasn't expecting that. Damian Priest, perhaps in a mild upset, but I mean, Sheamus has been around forever. Does anyone remember that Sheamus was supposed to have some fucking my fucking glasses? Sheamus was supposed to have some fucking extremities disease, where like his extremities, like his hands and shit, didn't work. I'm talking about Sheamus, and that was like 5 years ago, and he's still wrestling properly. So credit to Sheamus. I hope that his body holds up. Damian Priest, I'm not sold on the guy yet, to be honest. I think the coolest thing about the guy, Damian Priest, is his fucking name. But I don't feel like he's very smooth in the ring. I just don't. Nakamura, what the fuck did Nakamura do? His Intercontinental title match? God, I watched it. I just can't remember what the fuck happened. I know there was a beginning and something happened, and I guess Nakamura retained. And so on and so forth and so on and so forth. So, folks, I appreciate you checking in. We had some nice early match things with a lot of interaction, and I think people kind of conked out with the bed. But I appreciate you guys holla 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 checking out the show, the Mike's podcast, whatever the fucks, and we had a nice time now, didn't we? So for whoever's watching now or on the replay, what would I give this SummerSlam? I mean, fuck. I'm gonna give. I want to be generous, and this I say sliding scale. It's because I'm not gonna rank this against. I mean, what sticks out for me is the gold standard of SummerSlams: SummerSlam 2002, Shawn versus Hunter, Rock versus Brock, and whatever the fuck else happened. Maybe Jericho versus Flair on that one, and maybe like Undertaker versus the Un-Americans or whatever the fuck. But I give this one an A minus on its own merit. I don't know if I'm going to sit there and analyze every single SummerSlam that ever fucking happened, except just to say that SummerSlam 2002 remains my personal favorite off the top of my head. But I want to give special credit and kudos and say this was an A minus. Based on what they're capable of now, I think they did a very good show. And a lot of the wrestlers that have been released, the Braun Strowmans, the Bray Wyatts, it shows that you don't need to have 120 fucking wrestlers at any given time. You can get by with 40. So all these releases that people have been shitty and pissy about, I can understand if you have a favorite wrestler and they get shit canned the rooney. But a lot of that is trimming the fucking fat. So subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Thanks for checking in. And leave comments if you like.